I am firmly convinced that women are not allowed to be funny on the internet. When a woman makes a joke on the internet, especially if it's a satirical post, people will be like, does she understand what that means? Is somebody going to tell her? Because it just doesn't occur to them that a woman could make a joke, that a woman could understand how to leverage satire in order to ridicule systems of power and oppression, or just to fucking be funny. So the other day, I made this post on Facebook. I was making fun of this trend among alt-right manosphere bros, where they make a post, it's either a photo or a video, where they're like cooking steaks and they put over it this text, this and a God-fearing woman, or this and a godly woman. Basically, they're like, I'm a big, tough alpha male and I eat lots of meat and I want a submissive trad wife. It's so common. It's common on meta platforms. It's common on TikTok. It's definitely all over Twitter. The whole reason that I posted this is because my adult daughter, who still uses Twitter, was joking to me about this meme, and we were cooking lamb chops for dinner. Yeah, I bought a lamb earlier this year from a local farmer. I don't eat extravagantly. It was very, very affordable. And we're cooking 4 of these little lamb chops for our family. We each get like 3 bites of meat, right? As I was cooking these, I snapped a photo. And immediately my daughter and I together were like, this and a godly woman. And I was like, okay, this is funny. I got to post this. So I did. I posted it. Okay. And I hate that I have to explain a joke now, but I'm going to explain it because I got probably 4 or 5 people who didn't understand that it was a satirical post, that it was a joke. And then 2 of those people went completely off the rails about it and attempted to smear me all over the internet. And I'll talk about that in a second because they are men who are incapable of understanding that women can be funny. Just like a big whoosh for them. And so they thought they would try and smear me all over the internet. Anyway, so forgive me for sucking all of the fun out of this by explaining the joke. I guess that's what I got to do now. So I thought that it would be even funnier because these guys like to brag about how they eat like raw meat. And they don't actually eat raw meat. But the lamb chops in the photo were raw. I just put them into the cast iron with the butter and the spices. And so I thought, oh, it's doubly funny because I'm poking fun at the fact that they pretend like they eat raw meat, and that's so manly. And then the crux of the joke, y'all, is you have to understand the context. Who is making the joke? A 46-year-old homeschooling mom who was a homemaker for many years and who has a number of videos on the internet about how tradwifery is really fucking messed up and I'm opposed to it. The whole joke, y'all, is that I'm a woman making this post, a feminist mom making this post, poking fun at men who want trad wives. But I posted it on the internet and a couple people didn't get it. I'm not going to call out one of the folks because they're a mutual of mine who was like, this is indistinguishable from an alt-right post. No, it's not. Who posted it? Who posted it? I did. Do you think I'm literally saying that I want my own trad wife? Because that's how you've got to interpret this if you're taking it literally and you can't comprehend that it's a joke. You thought that I was saying I want my own trad wife. Please, I'm begging you, realize that women can be funny. Realize that women can make jokes. Got worse from there because some guy left a string of comments all over a number of my Facebook posts that was like, I don't trust Angela anymore. She's pro-trad wife. She's like secretly alt-right. Her true colors are showing. He said she's either made a radical shift to the right or this is who she was all of the time. And I'm unfollowing and I encourage all of you to unfollow her. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just are unaware of the fact that women can be funny. You really thought when you were taking this in context with who I am as a person and everything that I post on the internet, you thought this one post was evidence that I'm secretly alt-right and I'm outing myself now. And it got worse because another dude who runs a vegan page on Facebook screenshotted this, posted it to their page and said, nobody should trust me. Hang on, I got to pull up the post. Here it is. As it turns out, they tagged my account, is not as they claimed to be. We apologize for sharing their posts previously. All of the reposts have been removed. Again, our apologies. We are under a vastly different opinion of their mission, goals, and ethics. Zero kindness, zero humility, toxic ego, total arrogance. We were duped by a bad person we once had deep love and respect for years. Fuck you, vegan anti-fascists. First of all, this account blocked me when I went into their comments and was like, you are lying on my name. I'm sorry that you don't understand humor. First of all, this was after I made a Facebook post that this account saw, where I explained very clearly to the 5 folks who didn't get it that this is satire. This was me ridiculing men on the alt-right. That page saw this post and then went ahead and made their own post falsely claiming that I'm toxic and not who I claim to be. They claimed they followed me for years. They didn't message me. They didn't reach out to me. They just made this post slamming me. Normally, I wouldn't be upset about this at all because some little page with 400 followers and no reach whatsoever decided to lie on my name and then block me when I went into their comments and being like, you're lying, here's the proof. But for me, as somebody who has raised turkeys in my backyard for the table, somebody who raises ducks and chickens and has for many, many years, somebody who's a beekeeper and is an advocate for ethical omnivory, our family gets half a cow every year. Sometimes we buy half a hog, sometimes we buy a lamb. That's the source of meat for our entire family of 6 for the year. I get death threats from vegans, from unhinged vegan activists. I have for many years, particularly when we were raising turkeys. I had vegans dox me and make death threats against me and my daughter who was in charge of raising our poultry. It was her poultry project. So I take it really seriously when vegan pages lie on my name, try to stoke whatever animosity against me by spreading lies. I take that really seriously because of my past experience with literally completely unhinged vegans. And that dude's post ended up sending a handful of vegans over to my page, of course, who were calling me like baby murderer and whatever because I eat meat. Again, normally I wouldn't bother. I'd just be like, okay, you are a dude who doesn't understand that women can be funny. You're somebody who's mad because I'm an omnivore and you just like completely lied and tried to smear me. But that's fine. You have no reach. But again, is the context. I just like ultimately, I would just want to bring it back to the fact that like women are not allowed to be funny. The number of times that my daughters have made jokes on social media and it just is like a big whoosh. But if a dude makes a similar joke, then everybody thinks it's funny. This conceptualization that women are not capable of being funny, that women don't know how to use satire, the deep level of misogyny that exists to think that women cannot have dry, biting, sophisticated senses of humor, that women can't be witty, that women can't ridicule power using satire, that women can't ridicule the patriarchy using satirical posts. That's a real problem on the internet. So much so that the assumption that a handful of men made is that I, in spite of who I am as a person, who I clearly am publicly online and have been for many years, despite literally thousands of posts that make my positions really clear, they saw that one post and were like, oh, she's secretly pro-trad wife. This is her making a move to the alt-right. Ridiculous pretzels these bros twisted their brains into because they could not conceive of a woman wielding satire on the internet, of a woman poking fun of the patriarchy on the internet. Went so far as to lie and say that I am actually alt-right and a fascist, that I'm pro-trad wife. Yeah, exactly. That's me being like, yeah, I want my own trad wife. I almost posted that picture of lamb chops with the caption, me cooking the 50 feral hogs I killed with my AK-47, because that's another meme about how Republicans think that they need automatic weapons. The claim is that like, right, oh God, I hate that I have to explain these jokes. That was a whole meme from years ago where Republicans in Florida and Texas were like, I need my AK-47 because I got to kill them feral hogs and cook them up or whatever. So I was like, oh, it'd be funny if I posted that over my picture of little tiny lamb chops, me cooking up my 50 feral hogs that I killed with my AK-47. It's pointing out the ridiculousness of the right. But the fact that I have to explain these jokes and the fact that I can't make them without men on the internet trying to literally destroy me, lying about who I am because they cannot conceive that a woman can be funny. I will continue to be fucking hilarious all over my page. Maybe men should start to realize that women are actually sophisticated, intellectual human beings.